Oncue is an all-in-one moving software and booking platform. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to send a detailed, professional-looking quote to a potential customer. And most movers would say that the most important part of the process is when you're speaking with a customer on the phone. And at this stage, you need to understand all the details of their move in order to send a accurate quote. And to package up a professional-looking estimate and email it to them, like you can do with Oncue, is really going to allow you to do that very effectively. So starting with the process here, this is the lead form that you'll be working with, and you'll be entering in a number of pieces of information from the customer. So some basic things like their name, their email address, phone number, what type of service does the customer need? Do they need moving service, packing, loading? You can also add storage as well if this is something that your company offers. You would check here the referral service. You'd want to know, where did the customer hear about you? Oncue integrates with a number of different referral sources, and this is something you can configure on your own here. The move date, so you can type in the move date here. You can also check this section over here to see if you've got crews and availability on that date before you actually commit to a move date. Your available start windows or a customized time that you set up. Then moving down to the origin section, you will type in the customer's moving from address, any sort of apartment number, location, access. This is important to designate whether they'll be using an elevator, stairs, etc. You can choose different options here. What type of move is it? Is it an apartment, house, storage unit? The size of the move, so in this case, I'll check 1 bedroom. The type of furnishing, just to give a high-level estimate, lightly furnished, moderately furnished, heavy furnished, as well as the square footage of the space that you're moving from. If the customer needs anything picked up or dropped off along the way, you can check this button here or disable it. And then lastly, the final destination. So you can type in here the address. Again, with some of the same information, as well as you can choose the access. There's some additional questions here to fill out, whether there is a garage at the customer's current address, is the customer moving anything from it, and then any sort of specialty items. Now, by selecting some of these heavier items here, this will allow us to give an even more accurate estimate when it comes time doing the final estimate. You can check all of these that are relevant for the customer. Below here, this gives you a sense of the drive times that will be involved, and will estimate what the total distance is as well as the round trip drive time. If you click this button here, it will actually open up in Google Maps and you can see the whole route. Lastly, job details. So you'll check the trucks that you want to assign to this, movers, and the estimated move time. And one of the great features about Oncue is actually our system can suggest here, based on some of the details above, how many movers they think, or we think, that the job will require. Then you go on to here, you can specify either if it's an hourly job or a fixed rate job. You can check the button here, all of the hourly rates, and all of this is information that you can configure on your own. Any additional line items, so here the customer wanted boxes. There are other options you can set up here. Then moving down a little bit more, any sort of insurance or coverage options, you'll be able to select that as well. And any sort of additional details. There are two different sources of details. One is additional details that you want to be seen by the end customer. So I just filled in some basic stuff here. And then some internal notes here that only you want your internal people at your moving company to see. Lastly, here on the right, you can populate all the information about your company's policies, any sort of relevant details that you would want staff to know when they're booking a move, or if you're having Oncue use our own booking service, this is all information that our team would have access to. Scrolling down a little bit more, inventory list. So going through this, you can actually select inventory that the customer is looking to have moved a couple different ways. One is you can just click the buttons here, and as you collect different items here on your inventory list, you'll see that the cubic feet and weight will automatically update below. Another way to do this is you can go into the search bar here at the top and start typing, and it will find some items that meet your search criteria. And so you can select these items here. And then the last thing that you can do is add a custom item where you would choose which room it applies to, the name of the item, how big it is, etc. I won't add that for now. And then just save inventory. And then all that inventory will go on to the estimate. And then the last section that you need to do is a booking checklist. So these are just the must-dos or must requirements of information to gather before the customer estimate is ready to go. So you want to check these off to confirm that you have checked these out with the customer beforehand. And then lastly, I'm going to convert this. So from a new lead to a quoted. And I want to have the customer emailed all of the information that we talked about. And I'm going to click Add Customer here. And there you go. Now you can see that the customer has been quoted a move. I'm going to click up here to the Messages tab. You can see the chain of messages that we would have sent to the customer. Here's the really interesting part is the quote. So this is your professional looking quote. We'll have all of your information on here. Details about the job, how to reserve the move, how the customer would reserve the move, and then all the details that we captured here. This will go directly to the customer with all the information that you captured. And then lastly, one other thing that you can do is collect deposit. So if a customer is ready to book this move, you click Run Charge here, and all of the information about how to collect a deposit on a move is captured here. You can also send a payment link directly to a customer. And there you have it. So that is how you send out a very detailed and professional looking quote to a customer. If you'd like a demo on this or any other feature of Oncue, just go to oncue.co and click on the Contact Us form.